For each cover page, I want to do some type of index. As an example, this is the index for the other book, and it tells you what's in each section. So I'm going to use this idea to come up with a way to simplify things and just put, you know, maybe a list of per section, because I'm going to have one of these for each section. Maybe I'll have it, let's say I'm going to have 5 or 6 signatures in each section, and I want to indicate what they are. It'll just make it easier for me to find what I'm looking for. So this will be my cover page, and also what I'm going to use to put my index. And this one is not completed. I decided that I'm going to put the paper that I really wanted to put on here, I'm going to put here also. So this will be the first page. This will be the index over this section, and I'll make it matchy-matchy. Okay, as a matter of fact, I found something. I have something right in front of me. I have something in front of me that I think I want to use, because that was my plan. Okay, as you see, it's already 3-hole punched. I can't put this here. It doesn't go there because you see it's the wrong side. Okay, so I'm going to put that one here. Okay, I cut this out because this was one of the first ones that I did, and I went all the way inside. So this, let me see what my measurements are. The measurements are for page 1 width, page 1 length, from here to here is 9 1/4 inches. And then I measured from here to here, and that is 10 1/2 inches. But if I only want to go in just a little bit, instead of wasting my paper, which is what I ended up I was wasting paper. So I figured I only need to go in maybe this much to cover. So I figured that I would go in, my width from here to here would be 6 1/2 instead of 10 1/2. So this is 10 1/2, and all I needed was 6 1/2, but this will go here. And then on this side, I have a pocket, and I matted it so you get to use your scrapbooking skills. And I just put this label on here, which I really don't like. I'm probably gonna cut it or cover it. That's what I'll do, I'll cover it. So what I did here was I 3-hole punched it as well, along with this. I punched it as well so I can add some dangles or something on here. Okay, so that I can stay organized, I'm going to briefly go over these items with you and show you what my ideas were for these, and then we're going to work on putting them together. This is another one that I put together. I have a couple of them where I use the same papers, but on this side I did do it a little differently, and let me show you what I did. Okay, so what I did was I started off with a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and I cut the 12 by 12 into 6 by 6 pieces. When I did that, I got 4 of these. And I wanted to use this as a pocket, so I actually folded it in, I folded it in half. And I'll show you just what I did. I didn't even measure. I just took it like this. From corner to corner. So let me get my bone folder. And since I'm going to start doing the crafting, this is the piece of wood that I like to use, because I can do my messy stuff on here. Okay. Well, I'll take that off later. So I want to flatten this out. So once you fold it, you just open it up and glue the sides together. Do the same thing that I did. Flatten it out, make sure it's fully glued. I didn't bother to cut the edges to make it perfect because it would be on the wrong side anyway. And so that's how I ended up with this. I could put this here in the corner, but I don't like it there. So I'm actually gonna move it out and put it at the edge here. I could also do this, but I think it's too busy for this pattern. So this is gonna have to be glued together. I'm just going to put a clip on here, and I'm gonna go over the next one with you as well. Okay. And so this is another one that I'm working on. And I had my weight, I don't know what I did with it. Okay, I should have put the weight on it yesterday when I glued it, but I didn't. Okay, so here's the pocket. All right, before I put it under here to flatten. Here's the pocket that I'm using. I thought this went nicely here because I don't want every page to have the same treatment. But I wanted to add some flowers, so I used the paper that was left over and I cut this flower out, but I backed it up with the other side of the paper, and I'm going to decorate this with the flowers. So that's what I needed to do with that. I just put extra paper on the back, and this just has to be fussy cutted. So far I have 2. All right, so I can decide how I want to put this on. So this is the other one that I will be working on. And I'm just going to put this under this heavy wood. Okay, to flatten this. Okay, what's next? Now, I mentioned that I'm going to have an index and I'm going to be separating the signatures. So I'll have a cover page which will remind me or direct me to what signatures are in each section. Now here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be my girly vintage pages. So this is one of the girly pages. These are just random pieces that I really did piece together because I maybe had just 1 or 2 of them. All right, so I really like this paper. I thought it was pretty girly, and I matched it with this. So all I'm going to do here, same thing, I'm going to decide where I want to put this, and I'm going to, instead of measuring and cutting it, I'm just going to glue it to this page. And after I glue it, I'll cut off what I don't want. Let me do the 9 1/4 first. Let me do the 9 1/4 first. 6 1/2. Okay, and that's what I have for this. And I said we're going to glue the whole page down for this, and this is going to be one of my girly pages. Okay, let's see, what are we going to do with this one? With this one, this is not one of my favorite papers. Okay, but I like this. So I'm thinking about using, I want to decide, I think what I'm going to do is make this the inside. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to make this the inside of my page 2. So that means I'm going to do 9 1/4, 9 1/4. Ooh, this is 2 pages. Look at that. So I'm going to do 9 1/4 and 9 1/4. Okay, that's good. Okay, 9 1/4 by 6 1/2. So I'm beginning to feel like I really need to measure page 1 more than page 2. Okay, so this is what I have, and I have a second one. As a matter of fact, I like it now. I didn't like it, you know, when it was whole, but once I cut it, I like it. That's gonna go inside here. Okay. Now that looks prettier. And then I'll just take this one, open this out. This is my page 2. And glue this. Okay. That's what's going to happen there. Okay, so this is going to be, so we're going to, now that we're prepping it, we're going to go through this rather quickly. And plus I'm going to speed it up so that it'll be even quicker. Okay. Once I show you how I'm gluing it with one example, and then the rest will be just a repetition. Okay, let's do the same thing with this one. Another curly page. Let's see, 1, 2 curly pages. Okay, I have more, right? Yeah. Okay, this is another curly page. Okay, so we're going to do this one. We're going to decide which one we want for page 1, and this is considered page 1, and this is page 2. So which one do we want to use for page 1? So we want to use this. This kind of look teenager-ish. You know, I think that it should look softer. So let's do this. Let's do this. But I want this on page 1. I like that flower, which means that I'm going to make sure that when I cut this, I am, let's do the 9 1/4 first. Let's do the 9 1/4 first. So now we have this that is going to be positioned right here. Okay? Oops. Let's do that again. So we have this that's going to be positioned right here. And then we have this that's going to go over on the other side. Now, I think I want to cut this one because I want to make sure I get the predominant colors. Let's figure out what that's going to be. We have this here. As you can see, you can do it either way. You can cut it to size, or you can just glue it and then cut off the difference. Okay, so that's going to be that. And okay, and here we have 2 more. And this is going to be the same on both sides. So we can do what we did just now. We can do the 9 1/4. Let's do them together. Let's do the 9 1/4. One is going to be 6 1/2. Okay, so this we need. And the other is going to be the 8 1/2. Okay. Now, let's just leave this. We'll just cut off the edge. We don't need to do that. Right? Okay, and the last one for the girly vintage is going to be this and this. So I can decide to use one side or the other. And I think I like the smaller print better, actually. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the smaller print on this side. And on this side, I'm going to make a pocket out of this. So I may end up creating something over here because I do want this to show. So I'm going to do something with this to pull it together. Just going to turn it over so I won't get the pieces mixed up. Okay, so these are going to be the girly pages. That's going to be a girly section.